Okay.
All right, my name's Beth Yates. This is my daughter Abigail. Oh, I already messed up. So you're Abby. Okay. My name's Beth Yates, and this is my daughter Abby, and this is my grandson, Benjamin. And Benjamin is just now 5 months old, and he has been in to see Dr. Winter several times since he was born. And the first time we brought him in here, or it was the second time, Abby was thinking about having his lip tied surgery, and he was actually scheduled for it.
It's clipping.
And we brought him in to see Dr. Winter the day before the clipping, and Dr. Winter worked on him for a few minutes, put his finger in his mouth, and Ben didn't like it too well the first time. And then we went home, and and the reason we did that was because
He wasn't latching.
He wasn't latching. It was painful for you, and he was having trouble. So that was awful. It was awful for both of them. So after Dr. Winter did that, he immediately started latching on perfectly, and you had no pain.
Nope.
It was instant.
Yeah.
Instant help.
Before we left, I fed him.
Yes, it was instant help. And that was a huge change. So it saved us having that surgery done, which Dr. Winter said that would have really messed him up in the future for his life with the meridian flow. Yes, so we were very thankful for that. And then the second time we brought Ben in for something specific was when he wouldn't suck on his thumb.
Yeah.
Right?
He wouldn't self-soothe.
He wouldn't take a pacifier. He's not taken a pacifier since he was born. So we needed him to be able to calm himself down. So Abigail wanted him to start sucking his thumb. And Dr. Winter, by this time, Ben was very happy to be here. He loved Dr. Winter working on him, and actually smiled through the whole thing. And this time, when Dr. Winter rubbed his gums and everything, it was just like, that night he found his thumb. Yeah. He was sucking his thumb that night, and he was soothing himself. And he does that now too, so he sleeps really well.
Both thumbs, not just one thumb. He doesn't have a favorite. He goes back.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so what's the last time? What's the last time we brought him in for something with the?
Well, I know you guys were thoughtful about his sleeping, so,
yes.
and here's the thing, and Abby, I was thoughtful about you with this one, that you weren't sleeping nights because he couldn't sleep.
That's right.
So that's huge, and obviously a lot of women go through the same thing as well. And again, they hear the baby crying, and their breasts are big, so they have to get up and get going. So now they're all night now, they're not sleeping.
Right.
So that was obviously a measure with you. So you want to just mention that the difficulty with him sleeping and affecting your sleep as well.
Yes. Yeah, he was getting up about every hour around the clock nursing, and then Dr. Winter worked on him, and it was an emotional block, and he just kept working out. I think it was just 1 or 2 visits, wasn't it?
Right.
And then this past weekend, I put him in his crib for the first time, and he didn't scream. So then we left him in there all night, and he slept 5 hours. And then the next night, 6 hours, and then last night he slept 7 hours straight.
Awesome.
So, and he's on a strict schedule. He knows exactly when he wants to go to sleep, and everybody's happier.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We're all happier.
Mom's sleeping.
Yes.
It's awesome.
All right, so let me ask you guys. You guys obviously did outside the box thinking. So you've obviously, the medical doctors told you how you're supposed to do things, but you came to this alternative healthcare system. Why did you come to this alternative healthcare system?
Tell about what happened with your back, how Dr. Winter had to take. When you went to the regular chiropractor.
Oh, right after he was born, I went to a different chiropractor because Dr. Winter was closed, and something happened, and it caused this chain reaction of sickness, and Dr. Winter had to fix me. But
vertigo for like 5 days.
Oh, it's longer than
She
5
couldn't
days.
even hold her head up in the office here, and Dr. Winter had her be able to stand up.
Yeah, but we were going to Western doctors for a long time.
Western medicine.
We went doing Western medicine, and we never got results. I mean, it was just a constant Band-Aid, and then our guts were shot.
2 years now, and my other daughter was on antibiotics and steroids for sinus infection. For like every other month, she had a sinus infection. And when we came here, it was one of the worst sinus infections ever. She had already been on a couple antibiotics, and it wasn't touching it. And Dr. Winter started seeing her and cleared her up within, I think it was 4 visits we had to come for that really bad one. I mean, she was barely able to hold her head up when we first came in here. And Dr. Winter was able to clear that up. And since then, She has not been on any antibiotics, and she has not had a serious sinus infection, anything like those that she was having 2 years ago. So that's huge. That has just been really,
We were needing
really
stronger and
huge.
stronger drugs every time we went in for
Yes.
sinus infection versus now we need nothing except seeing you. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys are a little bit gutsy. Now, obviously, when you have little children, you're concerned about their health and what you've been told by Western medicine, what you're supposed to be doing, and kind of play the fear game. When you came in here, you went beyond that fear game. Why did you do that?
I didn't want
Well,
them
it's
to
still
have-
kind of scary. I mean, like Cherith right now with her arm. I mean, I'm worried about blood poisoning. I'm worried about her having infection, but we're trusting because we've seen the kind of results we've seen in the past that the body does heal itself. We now know that. We did not know that before we started coming here, and so now that we have that mentality and we know that it's not just her, her body trying to fight this off. It's our food that we're eating. It's our lifestyle that we have to change also. And we, of course, incorporate essential oils heavily into our life, and Dr. Winter does that now too, so it's really been a lot easier now. Everything just seems to intertwine, and it does seem like already, this is her second visit today with her arm, and it already we're seeing a dramatic results. So it's just letting the body do its thing and not trying to be impatient and have the microwave, it's got to be fixed now. Give me a Band-Aid right now that's going to make this instantly well. So
it won't make it well though. That's the problem.
Yes, yes. And if the body does heal itself, then it's stronger.
Yeah.
It's stronger for the next time that something comes in. So we've learned a lot being here in the last 2 years.
You guys are perfect. That's a really nice thing to say. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
And people need to hear that, because that's exactly what they're thinking. It's like, God, my body can't heal this. Oh, yes, your body can heal this, but you got to give it the opportunity
Yeah.
to support the system.
Well, that's the way we used to think, was that we had to be healed right away.
Yeah, it has to be a Band-Aid thing. We have to see the results immediately.
Right.
And what you don't know is all the damage that you're doing internally that you can't see.
I used to be so bad that I would call my doctor and say, I already know what she has, just go ahead and call me in a prescription.
Right.
That's how bad I used to be. Or I would see it coming and knowing what was going to be coming and just call it in and say, okay, she's got the same sinus infection, send me another prescription. Well, now it's totally different. It's like we see it coming. All right, we make an appointment with you, and then we start the essential oils and then the supplements that we know that she needs to get through. It is so worth it to come in here and give this an opportunity. It's a whole different way of thinking, and it's very much outside the box, but it works. It works.
And your body will start fixing things faster on its own too. You won't have to do a 10-day antibiotic or.
I wish I could show people the before and afters, because
Well, I thought I had lung cancer when I came in here the first time.
That's
I couldn't
true.
walk across the
She
room.
was-
I
she
was
was-
wheezing
yeah.
so bad.
Oh.
yeah, on the
I
inhalers.
was dying. Inhalers
Yeah.
weren't touching it, and
With that.
it was terrible.
Yeah, my youngest daughter hasn't used an inhaler since we started coming here, and that's huge. When you think about the steroids and everything, that's huge.
You and your family deserve the best. Call Dr. Winter at 770-536-6600.